swear the chicks is thicker. Reppin' for the team, that's the pinche Houston Sippers. She don't want your liquor, she don't want your chipper. She poppin' for a legend, that's a real masa flipper. This is for la raza, this is for la raza. I'm in my trap, casa whipping up the damn masa. Welcome to the post Chingo De Mayo episode.
Hey.
First episode back from the epic experience.
Burn, burn, burn.
Otherwise known as Chingo De Mayo. Epic, epic, epic. I'm still recovering.
We did a great job of recovering on Monday.
We were lazy bums on Monday. And we actually ran into one of the dudes that was at Chingo De Mayo.
The one that was getting crunk on the dance floor?
He works at Whole Foods. I think he was in the Grito contest.
Okay, yeah.
His name is Jesus.
In your story? Was it? Did you post him on your Instagram story? Okay.
No. But anyway, I'll tell you about him later.
Okay.
This, man, it's good to be back, man. I was so anxious. I was so anxious to be like, dude, I can't wait to podcast again. I can't wait to podcast again because I can't wait to talk about the first annual Real Deal Chingo De Mayo at 8th Wonder Brewery. I had a great time. I hit my goals. My goals were, sip some beer and have fun and enjoy it because there was a lot of work going into it and meet everybody if possible.
For sure.
And I think I met
You did a
most.
great job of it. Yeah, for sure. I think so too.
I think I met most people. Took a lot of pictures. Estaba el solazo fuertísimo. All the artists killed it. The Michelada people, we had some Michelada contestants come all the way from Dallas, and a lot. I wasn't up on game with the Michelada scene,
dude. Me neither.
I didn't know it was.
Well, you didn't know it was that popular.
I knew people drank them. I didn't know people had like their own mix, and it was like a car club. It was like a car show. Like we're the Fajita boys, and we came and we're from Galveston, and a lot of them had I think like Michelada bars and
Yeah, they own their own little. I guess I don't want to call it a stand, but I guess whatever it is.
One of them was like a bar. I think like a Michelada bar.
A couple of them had bars and restaurants.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, legit.
One thing I'd like to do differently next year for that contest is I actually want them to have. I need to see who it was so crowded in there, and that's why I had to kick out people because I didn't know who was competing and who was not competing. Yeah. But I would have liked to have, like, the guy Scarface was way in the back. So sometimes the judges were forgetting to go around and get to him. Does that make sense? So he was the one having to tell me, hey, that judge didn't make it. Or, hey, that judge hasn't come my way, you know? So one thing that I'd like to do, either almost like a science fair, like you have to go around like this, you know what I'm saying?
Like the judges?
Or the judge, or they come up to the judges. 3, 4, however. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4.
So the judges don't move.
The judges don't move stationary.
Yeah, for sure.
That way we make sure so I'll say like team 1 or, come up, bring your drink. Judges taste it. What do you think? Yay. Okay, cool. Score it.
Maybe some kind of trophy.
For sure.
And for the grito, we want to. You had to improvise a grito contest, but you did it to where it was the female, like the grito queen of the Chingo De Mayo Fest and the grito king. So next year we should have like, what do they call it, mums or like what's the prom thing?
A sash.
Just
sash. Yeah.
Just something. Just like grito queen, like 2020.
I like that. And then we can get somebody from the area, like the Houston Latina queen, to like give it to the winner of the Grito Queen.
Somebody. But I'm already looking forward to next year. I'm already thinking like line up. That's why we've already had our quick little meeting. But 8th Wonder was great. Hell of a spot, hell of a team, hell of a beer.
Everything was great. Yeah. I think it was the perfect place for what we planned.
Yeah.
How many people do we know the final
Hopefully
count?
Tomorrow we'll know.
The final count?
Yeah, the final count. That's what I'm really eager to find out.
I think it was like a little bit over 1,000 or something.
At least.
But it was the right amount of people, man, because, it was like intimate.
Yeah, it was.
The merch was off the chain. The food trucks.
You can tell on camera now.
You know what I'm saying? Bling, bling. I dressed myself. You know what I'm talking about? Fired my stylist. Yeah. I'm a grown man.
But overall, what I loved about it is like I never saw a dull moment. I always saw people like enjoying themselves. They were either on the dance floor, they were either with a beer in their hand. I was telling Chingo that I was standing kind of like at the top of the stairs at one point, and I was just watching everybody, and everybody was like laughing, having a good time, dancing, you know, whether they were pointing at somebody who was drunk dancing, but they were getting crunk, you know what I'm saying? So it was like still like they were doing this, you know, type of thing. But it was great because you know that everybody was having a good time. And ultimately, that's really what we wanted. We wanted to throw a badass fucking party to where it wasn't just Latinos, right? But we introduced what our culture is to other people.
It was a cultural exchange.
Yeah.
So I definitely like, you know, the tour is one thing, but this Chingo De Mayo thing, it's like I want people to have an experience, you know, almost like a little theme park, you know, for the day, or like what Chip and Joanne Gaines got going on at the Silos, or something like a thing it's a must attend. And we want it to be just super authentic and on point in terms of a representation of something we could be proud of, instead of like, you've seen it where people are like, man, they got, gringos are throwing these party city Cinco de Mayo parties, and pin the tail on the burro, and like just generic margarita, whatever. But the micheladas, it's like, dude, these people are passionate about what they're doing. We're passionate about the experience.
And thank you to everyone who participated.
Yeah, they participated. They came.
They came and they brought people. So it wasn't like there was just them. So it was them and their team,
No, that was one of the things. So for the first, 2 hours or so, Marisol and Chingo were doing their thing, getting ready, to come back. And I set it up right. People started coming in, judges and people like contestants. The ones from Dallas were the first ones, there, which is like weird because they were super far away, right? Went out to the stage, got things going, and by the time I came back, everyone in their entourage were in that room already. I'm like, okay, well, I got to run back in here. So I didn't want to get anybody out, but Marisol came in. I was like, all right, I need you out if you're not a part of the team.
If you don't have an official michelada mix,
you step out, please. Por
if
favor.
you are not sole proprietor of the ingredients,
I need you out of the room.
Well, here's the thing. I wanted it to be a place where it wasn't so much going on, and judges could actually focus on what these people came for,
But it was just so packed everywhere.
Yeah.
Like inside the tap room in the brewery, the lines were long as shit to get, some more drink.
And shout out to all our judges who tried it. Donkey Boy, Crew Bob, G-Man, and Isaiah Carey. But Isaiah Carey had a drinker for him because he doesn't like micheladas. But I appreciate him still coming out and you know what I'm saying, and the bean. So him and the guy, Ivan, they were a tag team. So Ivan would taste it and he'd be like, well, what do you think?
He would tell his taste buds what to feel. He's like, okay, heat. A little bit of heat. Okay, is it like a prickly heat? It's like a spicy heat. A little bit acidic. Okay, like lime. More like a pineapple.
Some of them, they took the presentation part to a whole nother level.
Oh, to a whole other, yeah. Which one of the runner-ups was the one that had the real fancy cup with the shrimp and
with the fajita and everything.
It was dried carne
seca,
yeah.
It's like beef jerky.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody did a great job. I appreciate everybody who participated. Thank you so much. I have a feeling, though, I really have a feeling that's going to grow next year.
Oh, yeah.
I think all of it is
it's going to be even more people trying to compete. One thing is to the people the runner-ups and the winner, we will email them. I told them we would email them what they won, and then they hold the title for next year. And so the winner was like, so what happens? We lose our title? I'm like, no, you can fight for it again. So you can be first place next year again if that's who the judges pick. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like...
It's like NCAA rules and shit.
Yeah, I love it.
She's like, so what? We lose our first place? Like, no, you can do it again next year. Defend it. Yeah, totally. Defend your title. So that's going to be cool because I can't wait to see what they do to either make it better or keep it to what it is,
I wonder how many people that attended have experienced like a modern day tropical bass, cumbia, remix, electronic type of vibe.
Well, here's the thing. I got a lot of people that were like, finally, like a festival where, like a lot of the girls were like, this is somewhere where I can really like show off my skills and get out there and dance. Like this is my moment to get out there and like really feel the vibe. You can't really go anywhere and feel that vibe is what I was getting from a lot of people.
One girl that I told you, she stopped me. She stopped me to thank us for having a Cinco de Mayo event that wasn't hosted by a white person. Does that make sense?
So basically, like Mexicans don't organize.
Like I guess Hispanics maybe or Mexicans, don't organize the Cinco de Mayo event because she was saying that she's attended other bar events to where they have like drink specials for Cinco de Mayo.
Well, yeah,
it's like,
people,
but it's
everybody, like, it's a common promotion. So, yeah, a lot of people do, just like anything else, Valentine's. Okay, what's coming up? 4th of July, what can we do for that?
so basically she was saying she was glad that there was a Cinco de Mayo event, but thought out. Like, it's not just a drink special, margaritas,
Right.
micheladas. It's like
Like
it's everything.
generic song in the background.
Yeah, exactly. She was like, because we were talking, I was like, I know, right? And when she mentioned it, I was like, yeah, you're so right?
So it's
we were
kind of like,
talking.
so it's kind of like if we were Irish and we were doing a St. Patrick's
Day.
Yeah,
It's kinda like
exactly.
that?
I guess that's what she meant.
Like House of Pain.
Yeah. And then I told her, I said, you know what's pretty cool is
Jump
the fact
around.
that
Anyway, sorry. Jump up, and get down.
I was gonna let him go ahead and finish it because I
Jump,
felt like that
jump.
was coming next.
Bucket list. I want to attend a St. Patty's Day event thrown by House of Pain in Everlast.
Challenge.
I love OG Everlast.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
There you go.
I mean, I play his acoustics if you want to just jam to it.
Oh, his acoustic album?
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
I'll play it and you can sing it on the podcast.
all right.
And then we're going to get yanked off YouTube.
You're right. Yeah, but a lot of that, the same comments from people was like, this was like the festival this when it comes to Latin culture that they've ever attended. That was awesome.
That's really good feedback. That made me feel good. I was everybody that stopped me was basically just to say thank you for throwing this party. It was like, man, there must not be party. We don't party anymore, so I don't know what parties are out there.
It's just baby stuff.
It's
like
just-
we took the baby to a baby gym.
On Monday,
It's like a
poor Penny had been getting like, I was telling
well,
him,
we were so busy for this Chingo De Mayo thing. It's like,
you
gotta
know,
go, baby.
we take Penny for granted, but we don't take Mickey for granted because Mickey, we don't have her 24/7.
Right.
It's scheduled dates.
Yeah. So when we do have
When
her,
we have her, it's all about Mickey. Like, okay, let's make sure we have what Mickey likes to eat. You
An
know what I'm saying? And
activity.
activities. And so we make it all about her. Meanwhile, we know Penny lives with us. So it's like, all right, Penny, we'll get to you tonight during bath time. You know, it's kind of like one of those things. So I told him, I said, I don't want to talk to nobody. I forgot who texted me. And I said, please don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to talk to anybody today. I said, I'm off. I'll text you tomorrow.
perfect.
And I was like, that was it.
Dude, I have a hard time saying no sometimes.
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine was like hitting me up, but we consciously like said we're gonna unplug and the festival's done.
Oh, so Monday you're talking about.
Monday,
yeah, like
yeah.
So it's like the festival's done. You know, sure you got Tampa and Orlando coming up, but just take the day off because we flew to San Jose. I had to do a comedy show the night that I landed, and then each day we left like at 5 a.m. or some crazy.
And our
shit.
flight got canceled, but I didn't get notified. Wait, Southwest notified me via email, but who checks their email
At
at 3
5
o'clock in the morning?
The last two flights for you guys have been nightmares.
So there was like delays, and we're just at the airport. We're pretty much traveling all day long. We finally get home, and it's like, all right, let me play with the baby, shower, because Eric Jaimez is in town.
Wait,
and
I
need
landed to go
rehearse.
run errands.
And I had to rehearse.
And he had to rehearse. So it was like this. I said, please watch the baby. Let me go run errands real quick for the festival. It wasn't for like myself or
Right. It
anything.
It was Chingo the Aaron.
Errands,
Chingo
yeah.
the errands.
And so I said, watch. And then I got to be back before, because we didn't land till 7:10.
By the time you get your bags.
Friday?
Everything. Yes.
Oh, shit.
So I had to rehearse with Eric. She had to go do some
His
stuff.
rehearsal was supposed to be at 5 or something.
Yeah,
That
we
was the
pushed everything
schedule.
back.
Everything had to be at 9 p.m. I had things to go do. I had to go pick up the merch. Like, I had all this stuff to go do. And so then it was like, okay, I got to be back before 9. So I have like an hour and 35 minutes to get everything that needs to be done before.
And then the next day I had to get my ass up, take Penny to swimming classes at the YMCA. And I just told myself, okay, just be present. It's all about pool time. You know, we trying to learn how to swim.
We trying.
And later, you'll worry about your music performance with the Dynamo. So we go to do sound check. My plan, I still smell like chlorine. I haven't bathed yet. So
I was out finishing errands.
So this is in the
Yeah.
morning. So I got to go do sound check because Eric and I just did the rehearsals like the night before. And so we get to sound check, and they were providing a jersey, a Houston Dynamo jersey, and a hat. So I had that. Marisol had to run some more errands in the morning. So sound check starts taking long. And they can't get these speakers. There's like a part missing.
This is funny.
And we're just there. It's me, Robbie E., the percussionist, and Eric Jaimez, the DJ. And they're trying to, the sound people that were doing the event, they're just, we're almost there. And the organizer, he's looking at his watch, and we're all sitting there on our phones. And I just wanted to make it clear, like, y'all weren't waiting on me. So I was just like, we probably should go to the green room because my guys, we're just in the heat. I was like, how much longer? Long story short, man. So go ahead and just bring my.
I had to bring a razor,
my pants, razor,
shoes, everything that he needed for the performance.
Because the jersey was there and the hat was already there, and I'm smelling like chlorine.
So no shower.
You didn't shower?
No.
Sound check. It was just supposed to be a quick sound check. Yeah. I live down the street.
Right.
We're just gonna do a quick sound check, set up the congas, set up the DJ stuff, come home, and we were gonna have a meeting. Because I've never worked with the percussionist before, or Eric in that capacity. So I just wanted to get like a quick little huddle. But it was sound check. All right, well, go to the green room because Eric, you go on in 20 minutes. So hurry up and eat your sandwich and, get your chips and a drink or something because you got to come right back. Yeah. So we performed in front of a small, light little
Everybody
crowd.
that was there, though, the people who were kind of around it, they knew who Chingo was. So everybody was jamming it, and they were like,
all the workers that were setting up
they were all like jamming it. They were all.
Nice.
I took some video of these two guys who were like knew all the songs, and I got to give you that footage. But it was.
I performed my heart out for those two people.
That's how it should be, right?
Yeah, right. I pretended it was Madison Square Garden.
And then the next day, and then we finished.
We had to go to the game, and
we go to the game. He did the cannon.
Oh, that was cool.
That was loud. Yes.
We finished, and then when we came back, it was finish up, go get groceries for the artists' room for craft services
for the artists that we had coming in for the festival, which was the following day. But this is a good way to tie in Dynamo and Chingo De Mayo.
All right.
So we needed still to get snacks for the artists' green room for our event. They went ahead, the Dynamo got everything that's on our rider, which included like almonds, iced coffee, and sandwiches and chips and stuff. So we had to hurry and perform, and then we come back to the green room just to grab our stuff, right? The chaperone, the guy organizing it, he's like, all right, well, are you guys going to watch the game? We have y'all a suite. If y'all don't need anything else from me, I'm going to head out. I'm out of your hair type of thing. And we're like, okay. And we're like walking out, and we're like leaving the coffee and the almonds. And I'm like, that's going to go to waste. It was big. The big was from the grocery store, the Starbucks iced coffee.
Oh, nice.
2 of them. 2 big almonds. You know them almond things be like 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. Did you leave it?
No. Hang on.
Okay. All right. It's getting good.
Who you think you dealing with? Who you think you dealing with? I don't know if the Dynamo's going to want me back, so I want to make sure the almonds don't go to waste. So we sat in the suite. We watched most of the game. And then we're like, okay, San Jose's done. Dynamo's done. Now we need to really focus on Chingo De Mayo. Felt a little overcommitted that week. And so we're like, okay, how do we get back into the green room? So, we have this wristband. And we're like, fuck, this is a big stadium. Hey, Robbie, do you know how to get back to the green room? Yeah, I think I remember. So now we go in there thinking our wristband is good enough. And the security guy's like, hey, whoa, where y'all going? Oh, we just got to run back in that room back there because we left some stuff. Well, who are y'all? Well, we performed earlier, but where's your chaperone? Well, he told us bye earlier, and we're unchaperoned right now. He's like, okay, well, so just hurry up.
One at a time.
Just send one of y'all. One of y'all go in there and grab what you got to grab. I came out with the 2 coffees and the 2 almonds. He's like, I thought it was something important. I was like, this is important. We have artists coming tomorrow.
No, here's the best part, Rob. Here's the best part, Rob. As we're taking that shit, right?
Yeah.
The guy who's...
the chaperone comes back. Hey, what are y'all doing? I'm like, hide the coffee. Hide the almonds.
It was hilarious.
Hey, you guys still here? Everything all right? Eric had to go get something.
I was like, we didn't want the coffee to go to waste. No, yeah, guys, take it. It was hilarious.
Take it, cheap ass.
Who doesn't want iced coffee, though,
They're probably used to, like, artists who request stuff. Like, I've heard that about, what's his name? Not Sean, or Sean Wayans, or one of them. Like, will order like a whole roasted chicken
But doesn't eat it or
and
something?
like a big bottle of liquor. I forget what kind.
You can't believe everything, but
Right.
supposedly
Yeah, but
that's-
it's been like several clubs. They're like,
Yeah.
one per show. It's not one chicken per night. It's okay. Here's your 10 o'clock chicken,
Yeah.
and they're like, they don't even touch it.
There was a story on the Fighter and the Kid where they had mentioned something about Gary Owen's writer or Gary Owen in some fashion about being like difficult to work with. And Brian doesn't know Gary Owen that well, and Brendan didn't either. But he messaged Brendan on Instagram. It's like, "Hey man, I don't know where Brian heard that, but that's not true. It was just a one-time kind of situation." And he said it live on the podcast the next time yesterday to Brian Callen. He was like, "Oh, I feel so bad and I shouldn't have said that." So now
I know. That's why I'm like telling him, like, that's what people are saying. That's what I was like saying. That's what other people have said.
No, of course.
I don't want to
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Other people have said.
Or I could have said some kind.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to say no names.
Exactly. So, but I mean, Gary Owen probably took it like, he's like lighthearted about it, just made a joke about it. But now he's going to be on the Fighter and the Kid, and Brian's like, I'm going to apologize to him live on the podcast.
Oh, so he said he heard it from some club or something?
Yeah, it was somebody it was one of the club managers. It was like Brendan's always like, he asks who's difficult to work with, and he said something about Gary Owen, and then it just kind of developed a life of its own, and that's what happens, right? So Brian's like, I have to apologize on the show next time. But no
Well,
names.
Sean
Yeah,
wins.
no names.
Sean wins if you're listening.
Let's do a show together.
Not Marlon. The other one. No.
It was Marlon. It's not Sean.
I
Sean's
could've
the older
swore.
brother.
I could have swore it was Sean.
Marlon's the
See,
comic.
that's how rumors get started. Sean does
Exactly.
comedy too.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, and they used to do it like as a team. It was like a little.
But
two-man.
Damon's even the funniest one, right?
They say Damon was a killer back in the
Yeah.
day. But I was a youngster and I saw Damon live, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, even as a kid, I was like,
What's his most notable thing?
Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
I knew him mainly from In Living Color.
Oh, there you go. Duh. Yeah.
That was yeah. But they said he was a killer in comedy clubs.
You see Sandler was on Saturday Night Live? Adam Sandler was back on
Oh,
Saturday Night Live
really?
this past Saturday for the first time.
Oh, but
since-
that was cool. I'd like to go on YouTube and watch that.
Yeah, I saw just a little bit of it, actually live, I want to say. And so it turns out that when he stopped performing, with Saturday Night Live, he was fired for something, and they just didn't see eye to eye. And this was before he obviously blew up, and then he just turned into the Adam Sandler we know, and just like always had a bad relationship with him up until this last week where he went back on there. Hosted and did a bunch of Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison type of skits from his old movies. It's pretty cool. It's just weird to see. Like, it's been 20 years or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he used to do like that vampire opera singer thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of crazy
Interesting.
little skits.
Yeah, I used to be into Living Color mainly.
In Living Color, what about Mad
Yeah.
TV?
I liked it. Mad
Mad
TV,
TV
too.
was my
Oh, my
favorite.
God. I loved Miss
Did you
Swan.
Did you just
Yeah.
say I liked it?
No,
I liked it, Matt TV.
I liked
I liked.
Oh,
Mad
I
TV.
liked it.
No.
Yeah. Miss Swan, Alex Bornstein. She's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I loved. She was my favorite. Oh,
You look like a man.
you look like a man.
When they do those auditions for those types of shows, sketch comedy type shows, they make them do like characters.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you'd be surprised that might have been a character she just made up on her own and had probably even from an
Speaking
audition.
of characters, Mickey will be taking acting classes. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Is she trying to do like improv or sketch? or?
They will actually teach her some improv. They're going to teach her how to do like the auditioning process also. So she has to like actually memorize a script.
What?
And then so when she goes to class one day, the first day, it's like I guess an introduction, and then they'll give her a script. She's got to study it the whole week to come ready the next Saturday to rehearse and act it out and be recorded.
That's the kind of homework you can really help
Right. Well, yeah, it's going to be cool because he's going to be going to classes too.
I need to
so
learn how to
they'll both
audition.
rehearsing.
I suck at auditions.
They'll both be rehearsing together. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. So
Yeah, I'm gonna study my script. Yeah.
with her. That's hilarious.
yeah,
man.
right. Isn't that crazy? I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm excited for her because I can't wait to see what she gets from it. Because she's going to be in band. So
Well,
she
yeah, in
decided on the
school.
flute.
She
I mean,
signed up.
school. She signed up. So, she's definitely that's kind of where she wants to go with
Well,
it.
her little personality has always been into art since she was little, like artist, sensitive, a good imagination. But we'll see.
As we play
she calls it like
Dimension.
like we're going into a
And,
dimension.
yeah, so
but
we
it's
always
basically
play
improvising.
Dimension.
Oh, okay.
So we do it. We used to do it a lot when she was little too.
Just
So when we
using
would
your
go to bed,
imagination. Yeah.
instead of reading a bedtime story,
We freestyled.
we
a bedtime
freestyled,
story.
and she slept with us for a little bit when I first met him. Don't ask me. That was their thing.
I mean, I
Adorable.
was a single dad, and I didn't know what when I had her. She was just like, "Dad, I'm scared." Okay, well, lay down. And then Soli, we wanted to get adopted by Soli. So I was like, "Be good, behave, because she ain't gonna want to adopt."
Well, I
us.
wanted her to be independent. I do the same thing with Penny. Penny's a baby,
Yeah, but she was like 5.
you know.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
She was
so
little.
I don't even let Penny get in the bed with us unless it's like the last feeding, like at 5 in the morning when she gets up that last time, because I want to get that one last hour in. So I don't even let Penny get in the bed. I think I posted that yesterday, and I had a lot of moms say, "Wow, I think you're one of the first moms to ever say like they don't enjoy that." I remember I was telling you. I was like, gosh, I didn't want to come off that way. Like,
Yeah.
I don't enjoy cuddling with my baby, but, I do. I love cuddling with
Yeah.
her, but I also don't get enough sleep. So I want to be comfortable with the few hours of
For sure,
sleep
for
that
sure.
I do get to have, you know?
We cut that off with the twins at right when they turned 4. Just like, but like 3-ish, at the end of their 3, that was it. Like, no more, stay in your bed, teach them how to, stay in their room.
Yeah.
It was difficult at first, for sure.
So she was fine with it. When we first kind of told her, you got to sleep in your bed, and I said, go sleep with her for a little bit, falls
Like,
asleep,
tuck
then
her
you
in.
come back, tuck in, that's it. Read. So anyway, when she would before we got that going, it would be Pete would start a piece of it, then it'd be her, then it'd be me, you know what I'm saying? And we'd just make up this
Freestyle.
whole story.
It
this
was
whole
a
bedtime
butterfly.
story. Yeah.
It was a butterfly from the land of, Chingo De Mayo.
Yeah,
And
and so it was kind of cool, and then she loved it, and then it was like, all right, time to go to bed, and then that was it,
That's
and it was
funny.
like, so we do that too. So our dimension is we do
improvising.
improvising. We're restaurant owners. Our daughters go to school together.
So it's like her pretending she's a grown up. Like, yeah, I don't like that school district very much.
It's funny because you can tell that she listens to her mom have conversations with other adults, because she says things that adults would say or complain about. They're not something a kid would complain about, but you could hear that she's probably heard her mom complain about something. And so when she's talking to me, like we're adults, she's like, yeah, my daughter's just having a really hard time in school right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny the way she gets into character,
That's
because she
funny.
really feels it. But
That's really what acting's all about, imagination. But I told Soul, I was like, I don't want her to think that we're pushing her in that direction. Or I told Soul, like, don't think we're going out there for a month with some goal in mind. Ain't nobody trying to, like, quote unquote make it or nothing like that.
Right.
It's just, okay, if she's into it, she wants to learn.
well, she expressed to me.
It doesn't mean I'm gonna be sending you to auditions.
Yeah, of
like,
course not.
You gotta get this.
Right.
We got
Welch's
bills to pay.
commercial. Yeah.
Well, we told her that. You've told her that. And so she just expressed interest. And I said, well, is that something you'd like to do in the summertime so that I could find a camp for her, you know? And so she's like, yes. And I said, are you sure? Because she likes to start things sometimes and she doesn't finish them,
She's like,
you know?
She's like, well, I did well in my role in Dirty Horchata.
Yeah.
Was she in it?
She like 2 seconds.
Yeah. And so she's, gracias, señor.
That was her one line.
Oh,
Gracias,
yeah.
señor.
And so she was like, yeah, I really want to. And I was like, okay, got it. So I found a school for her. So she'll be in dance and acting. So while she's out there. So she'll be a little bit busy.
My main goal for LA is just, for me, me personally is with my acting classes is soak that up, put it in my toolkit, and then I can apply that to stand up. I can apply it to all these other entertainment opportunities, but as a family, I just want us to have a good experience and like a working vacation, because all of our SoCal dates out now, chingobling.com.
That's what I was going to say. It's cool how you have a run of shows that aren't in Texas, that are in the same, general vicinity, where it's just like back to back to back. You're doing other things in between it, and then more shows back to back.
My agent, I got to give a big shout out to my agent.
Well,
Tour manager.
Setting it up right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right-hand woman. Ball and chain.
At the end of the festival on Sunday, Chingo, I don't know if you heard him, we were loading everything up in the back of the SUV, and he looks at me, he's like, man, you're bullshitting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, man, what'd I do?
I was like, I just saw your girl come around and like move seats out the way to help load some shit up. I was like, see, Rob, you don't see these two hard-working women right here?
So I left. I was like,
let Dawn take that load off your shoulders, young king.
Ironically, guys, this is for real topic of conversation here. Later that next day, I was watching Shark Tank. I was like, can I develop something that is anti-marriage? Because you said that.
What do you mean?
Like a ring, like an engagement ring, but an anti-engagement ring.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Rob,
That's
not.
funny.
It's really what you guys make it.
Of course, that's what I want to convey through it.
You know what? Why I'm telling this? I don't know what. When he proposed to me, or he showed her my ring, and she was like, "Well, where's the diamond?" And she's like, "Well, no, this is what."
I was like, "No, boo boo, this is Cartier, and you're paying for the name."
Like, no, this is what Sully wanted. She goes, "No diamond." She was so confused.
I'm like, "It's a couple on there." They in there.
She's like, she's so confused as to why I didn't want, a traditional wedding ring or whatever. I just didn't want one. I didn't want for my ring to look like
everybody else. She likes being different.
Of course.
She don't like being like everybody else.
No, I don't.
That's why she had the baby in the house. She's like, nah, I'm not trying to be like everybody else. Like, no, what does most people do? Epidural? Okay, I'm going to do without epidural.
Fuck that noise. I can relate to that, but and I like the idea because Sol always like jokingly is like, it's so weird that you're traditionally Hispanic, grew up in a religious environment, all that jazz, but don't really want my own kids and never wanted to get married, right? So ideas like that always come to mind. Like the really famous, what were you going to say?
No, go. I'm waiting.
Real funny story about like an atheist a long time ago was one of the first developers of an app, and what he developed was the first Holy Bible app. He made $1 million selling a 99-cent app, pandering to people that needed this as a religious scaffolding, and he's like, I'm an atheist.
Wow.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So Dawn wanted her a bearded king. She wanted her. She was looking for a Mexican Aztec king, bearded. That's what she was looking for, and that's what I'm telling Rob. I was like, hey man, she trying to let a king be a king. Let her take some of that weight off your shoulders.
That's funny.
But yeah, it ain't nothing like a hard,
I think it's what you guys
woman.
make it.
For sure.
If you, a ring can have a significance of whatever it is that it signifies to you and Don. It doesn't necessarily mean like, whatever. I mean, if you guys are in a committed relationship, for me, it was important to get married. So if you don't feel that it's important to you, then it's not. But for me, it was. I wanted for myself and my child and my family to have the same last name. Mickey wanted me to have the same last name. She didn't like that for a long time. I hadn't changed my last name.
Gone to change it. So
she hadn't gone to change it. So anytime I'd go anywhere and I'd say Martinez, she'd give her a whole explanation. She's actually Herrera, but she hasn't gone to change her last name. My dad and her got married. It'd be hilarious that she would tell this like a stranger, that's not my last name.
And she was there at the courthouse with us.
Yeah,
I think I remember in Studio B you told that story.
Yeah, they gave us the judge gave us these little yellow rubber duckies, and he was like part of his symbolic little speech or whatever. And then Mickey's like, I want one. Yeah. He's like, I only brought enough for the people getting no. He gave her one too. But I think what Solar was trying to say earlier about marriage, like different people are gonna have a different idea of what that means and what it stands for. Because it's such a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a concept. Right? It's an intangible concept. So it's up to you and I guess your spouse to figure out what marriage means to you. You know what I'm saying? Like if a good, strong, healthy marriage means we support each other, we got each other's back, it's all about respect, communication, like whatever you want to put down in your little Constitution, Bill of Rights, or whatever, then that's what it is. That's what it stands for. Like y'all know what page y'all are on. And, y'all have y'all's protocol. But as an idea, different people might look at it different. They might not respect it as much. They might think like, oh, well, I could still fuck around. You don't mean shit. Or some people might be like, oh, I can just quit this and start over and abandon it at any time. Or marry somebody as soon as you just start crushing on them. Or what some people,
Ironically, I like jewelry and I like rings and I like things that have symbolism. So we actually got those silicone, for the athletic wear people or whatever, where it just you can wear anytime.
I want to know what brand that is because I've scratched my ring up because I wear it to the gym, And we tried the rubber rings, but I don't know if it's because we just bought cheap ones.
There's two of like the big brands, so we got one of them, and I actually want to get the other one too, just to actually see like what the difference is. Because I saw your finger was it from the ring?
It was from the rubber.
Well, yeah,
from
I got
the
a
rubber.
rash.
I got a rash too.
It was an Amazon one though.
Okay.
It was on Amazon. Yeah.
And what happens too is like you get soap up under there,
right,
and it stays damp.
It was like, well, you saw it.
Yeah.
See, it's gone now because I haven't been wearing it. The rubber one. I've been wearing my regular ring, but man, I get those. It gets really bad and just like starts to peel. So it's just like, damn. My friend told me about this cool ring though that her husband has. It's a ring that you wear, but it also tells you all your vitals, right? It tells you like your heart rate, how you're sleeping. It's to monitor your sleep. Cool. It's you actually don't get the ring. So first they send you like this mold thing to make it fit to your finger, and then once they make it to your finger, then because people's like, well, do you want that as the wedding ring? Because they're expensive.
That's dope. That's like a cool gadget, but like,
so it's amazing because he's really into like it's the one that he's the trainer for Jimmy Butler.
Okay, yeah.
So he was telling us about it, and so he was saying that it like monitors all like your sleep, your heart rate. What else?
Yeah, like some EKG.
Yeah, it's like pretty dope. And I was like, damn, I kind of want that. That's badass because one thing that we don't do enough is sleep. We don't. We're either getting up early because we got somewhere to go or the baby. There's no such thing as snaps, randomly. Oh, but we did take a badass nap, though, on Monday. I think Penny just needed some of that warmth from her mom, and she knocked out for a minute, huh, boo?
Shit, we did, too.
For like 2 hours we were out.
Well, because we gave ourselves permission to be like, hey, man, the work is done. Like, catch your breath.
Yeah. I didn't even text you. I was like so excited about how everything turned out that I was going to hit you all up earlier in the day, but I purposely waited till the end of the day to be like, all right, guys, so what are we going to do? This, that, and the other. And you're like, talk to you Wednesday. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Talk to you next year, bro.
Yeah. It was really nice. I don't think we've taken a day off like that. And it was funny because I told Luisa, the babysitter, I said, you're not going to come in on Monday. And she goes, yeah, right.
Oh, she really didn't?
No.
Oh, nice.
And she goes, yeah, you and your husband, she calls him Chingo. She goes, yeah, you and Chingo always say that. She's like, but y'all don't know how to take a day off. Y'all.
That's funny. When the nanny calls him Chingo,
yeah,
says Chingo, I don't know why.
Yeah,
so
it is funny to me
Mr.
too.
Bling.
Mr. Bling.
And when his dad came to visit one time, she goes, yes. She goes, I'm Pedro's dad. She's like, I'm Pedro. She's like, okay, I'm Pedro's dad. Who's Pedro? Because she's like, didn't know that's
Chingo.
Yeah, Chingo. It's funny. So, but yeah.
Mr. Chingo Jinger.
So it was kind of, it was funny because she was like, wow, I can't believe you guys really took a day off. Because when she started with us, I told her she'd only be coming in 3 days out of the week. And she was making fun of me saying that since she's been with us. She's not worked 3 days out of the week. You know what I'm saying? It's been like every day. She's like, you guys, even when we were off, she goes, I thought y'all said this was y'all's off time. I said, it is.
It looked like y'all busier
She's
than
like,
ever.
yeah. She's like, I don't know how that's y'all's off time. She's like, but okay, whatever,
Yeah.
She just goes with the flow, whatever. But I thought that was funny because she didn't believe that we were going to actually have
That's
a day off. Yeah.
Speaking of the festival, to go back to it, how did it feel? Because you did say you wanted to play the role of mayor all day. How did it feel to be mayor for those, what was it, like 7 or 8 hours?
Well, yeah, it was hot as hell, so it was hard being mayor. The mayor was finna be like, fuck this. I quit. Nah. So I have some ideas for next year. And here's, I'm glad you brought that up, because here's the main thing that I want to communicate in terms of like Chingo de Mayo festival etiquette.
Okay.
What I want people to know and feel, and I just want to communicate it to my fans because I want to have that good, strong connection in an authentic way, and for them to know that I'm a regular motherfucker. So if you see me, just say what's up. We could chit chat. You know what? Kevin Hart was talking about this on Joe Rogan's podcast. It's a very similar topic, but I see what he was saying, because at the festival, some people get like real excited and they think this is my chance. I need to hurry up and tug on the arm and put the camera to your face because we have to get this. If not, that's it. Mm-hmm. And especially at Chingo de Mayo, it's like everybody's VIP type of thing. It's like we're all hanging out. I want it to be like, I actually want to attend Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. He does like this big, I don't know if it's an annual or how often or if it's a tour. But one time I was in Dallas for something, and Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville was happening nearby. And my buddy was telling me, he's like, dude, they bring RVs. They're all dressed with these Hawaiian shirts. They're all like chill, drinking, and it's all about the music and that mentality. So what I want Chingo De Mayo to be like, for people to be like, dude, it's super chill. Like, everybody's having fun. You're gonna get a picture. Like, it's where everybody's just hanging out. And Chingo's the type of person that, you know, y'all can sit there and chit chat in the line at the post office or wherever. You know, have a real conversation. What's your name? Where you from? Da da da, and not have to feel like it's rushed and informal. Like,
yeah,
hey, let me get a pic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down to take pics too. But it's almost like I challenge you to like, first tell me your name.
Yeah.
You know, let's just shake my hand.
Formally introduce.
Yeah.
Like people, and then I can get to know about you. You might inspire me for something that day, or we might have something in common. And then we could, hey, let's get the picture. So that's definitely something that I just think it's the way of the world right now. But I want to communicate. It's just society that we live in, right?
Yeah.
I have the funniest story that I have to tell you right now.
Oh, what happened?
One time we were at the Adidas store, right? And this guy recognized Pete, right? And he actually did what he's saying. So he had a total normal conversation, told him about how he, like, you know, he's a fan. He's watched all his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just a total, like, normal conversation. And so Pete's, like, waiting for him to say, they finished the conversation, like, okay, do you want a picture now? You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. So he's like, okay, so did you want to take it? Because that's what's every time, it never fails.
So,
He was like, "No, I'm good, man. See you
Yeah,
later."
it's exactly what he said.
I'm good. I'm like, you sure?
Hands already out. Like,
No?
He's like, my
Well, I
mom.
want one for me then.
He said my mom works with I forget what celebrity. She's I guess their housekeeper, so he knows them. So he's like, we understand how it is. So I try anytime that I meet a celebrity, which is what he called them. And
Well, that's how I was with Jay Prince. It's like, man, I just want to shake your hand.
yeah.
You know, I met you briefly many years ago, but after I was like, fuck, I should have got a pic.
That's what I've done the exact same because of the way I am. Like, I understand how people of even yours and other people's, like, just level of what you do. Like Brian Callen, Brendan Schaub, like, no, I should, but I was like, damn, I should have got a picture with him. That would have been cool. Or anybody else.
You were
like,
trying to be like, nah, I want him to know that I'm real. And
yeah, 100%. That's always how it is. And then when it's all done, you're like, God damn it, why don't I just get the picture?
like when we were at the comedy store, we went to what was that?
It was like a back bar for the comics.
And so no one really goes in there, and it's like a little
No
VIP.
one's allowed.
Oh, at the
it's
comedy
a little
store?
bit, yeah, it's a little VIP section. But our friend, who is a regular there,
Well, he's
has
a
access.
comedy store comic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were there, and what's his name was in there, babe?
Mark Maron.
Oh,
Mark Maron was in there, and so he's like, I was like, oh my god.
Well, he was over there chit chatting at the other table with somebody. The person he was talking to got up and left, and I think our table kind of made contact because he's a big deal, whatever. So he probably felt like somebody was staring at him.
But first he said, "Don't even," because he was like,
I saw somebody's little hamster spinning. Like I saw her like, and I was like, oh, just.
because I wanted to just go start a conversation. Like, I really enjoy your podcast type thing.
And then
she
blurted it. I like your podcast. And he's like, fuck, let me go sit with these Mexicans.
No, because he went like this. Because he just kind of went like this. Like, what's up? You know, because it was awkward. Because now it's just us and him in there. And so I just said, oh, I really enjoy your podcast, you know? And he was like, oh, thanks, you know? And then he just had to start talking.
He like came and like sat down?
Yeah, he sat like in we were like in this little, I guess, booth type thing. And there was like a stool here. He just kind of sat there and he kind of talked to us. And that was it. All right, you guys have a good night.
That's pretty cool.
And it was really cool. And it is like almost like I didn't need a picture because like I remember it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that was cool that we just got to like sit there and.
I wonder if while we're down there in June, obviously I'm gonna have my hands full with like rehearsing for the acting class, doing the acting class, and also my gigs and family. I wonder if we should start giving some of our comedian friends a heads up, like Trejo, Jerry, Jesus Sepulveda, and different people we know out there. Like, hey, what shows are going on? Just to pop in, do a quick little guest spot, or I know Trejo does a Spanish thing every month.
I really want you to try that. Go check it out, and then maybe.
Well, maybe I'll just go up there and try it by then. But anyway, I kind of want to do that because like one time I did the haha comedy thing, whatever, haha comedy cafe. Bombed. That shit was whack. But I'd like to redeem myself.
It was a show or an open mic?
Nah, it was like the way that it's weird how they run it. The way they run it, that particular spot, is like they have their little stable of comics. You know, I don't want to say it's like a strip club and we the strippers. You know what I'm saying? But they have like a stable of like call these motherfuckers up. I don't know how they do it, but they chunk them some money and they do these sets. But then there's like Damon Wayans Jr. Mm-hmm. I saw him go up there that same night as me, like a couple people after. And he was practicing some shit. So I think if you have a name, you could drop in and practice. But they have their comics. So it's one of those clubs where there's people in there like kind of all the time. But it might be 6 people, almost like, oh, you're a tourist. And not as much as the Comedy Store, right? Because they're going to get a whole bunch of tourists. But it's kind of like that, you know. But anyway, I'm referring to like say in that scene, in that network, there's probably a dude that has like a bar gig, or there's a dude that has a monthly, or there's other cat that does a show at another spot, and just kind of a network like that, and practice and just show a motherfucker what Texas got. No, I'm good. I don't know if she needs to. You good on time, Sony?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you good?
5 minutes.
Okay, we got 5. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. And I'm excited. This new material is coming along. There's a couple little things I want to work on. But the crazy thing is, I'm so like just artistically, I'm like relaxed to where the ideas are flowing. The idea, like I tell Soul Ideas all the time. She's like, okay, stop adding to this set because you already at an hour.
And I think he should save it for next year because a lot of the stuff could be used almost for next year. Some of the ideas that he's come up with.
So I want to film this particular hour. I want to film this particular hour. Maybe like at the end of this year, we'll pick a place and figure all that out. And then maybe we perhaps release it on the web for free in chunks, like on YouTube or something. Shout out to Andrew Schultz. Y'all go check out what he's doing. But I seriously feel like that method, it's working beautifully for him.
Right.
He gambled on it, and it's paying off amazing for him. And I really feel like that's the future because a lot of these other countries, man, they're hit the stand up American style stand up set up punch because of YouTube. Like Middle East and India, Latin America. Now the Latin American comedy scene is exploding, but it's all within the last 10 years. How long YouTube been around?
I guess it's since 2005.
Oh, it's really just 2005?
I remember when it first came. I was telling Mickey, I was like, Mickey, when I started, because I was telling her about file sharing sites and stuff, and a lot of artists felt like, well, they're stealing from us, but it helped me out. And I want to take advantage of this YouTube, but
I don't like getting on YouTube because I fall into that rabbit hole, and I
love
watch. No, I mean I love it. I love YouTube, but I do. I love YouTube, but I hate that I just get sucked in. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Let me look for the other one now.
Here's the best thing: is having your Apple TV and you have the YouTube app and the YouTube TV app. That's all you need.
YouTube app and the YouTube TV app.
Which one's that one?
What?
So one is where you watch regular TV?
Live TV, yeah. That's what I've been watching all the playoffs on. All your live, like it's got 77 channels.
Do you pay for service?
Yeah. They just went up. If you would have gotten this 2 years ago when it came out, I think you could have gotten it for like $25 a month, but it's $50 now. But it's like 77 channels.
So it's like cable.
It's just like cable.
So
the best too. I've tried them all. Sony's View, Sling, Fubu, all these other sites.
Fubu?
Yeah, not the same Fubu. It's actually spelled the same, I think, but it's.
Is that legal?
I don't know.
In trademark law, you have to trademark your shit according to category. So Fubu,
it's not clothing.
Pretend Fubu only did clothing and movies. You could open up a Fubu Electronics.
Got it.
Interesting. But yeah, they're hands down YouTube has the best. No interruptions ever. Even through all that storm last night. One time, that's it, and then it came back.
So let me ask you this: what kind of content do you like to watch on YouTube TV?
Sports is always going to be the king, right? So because no platform is going to get licensing for all live sports. Live sports will always be number one, and then I like watching shows like Shark Tank over and over again because you can actually get like on Hulu, you can go watch all the old Shark Tanks, right? Well, on YouTube TV, there's certain series and certain movies that they're just like playlists of like old chunks of shows and series that are on YouTube TV. Like there's almost like a dedicated Shark Tank channel. It's just in the archives kind of for YouTube TV. And then there's also things that are going to digital, like Motor Trend. Motor Trend used to be only on YouTube, but now they have like a YouTube TV thing where it's on there as like a cable channel, Food Network and all
I need
that
to see
stuff.
how it's laid out and how you navigate it. Like if you log on to YouTube TV and then you just already see like playlist channels and things you subscribe to.
If it's tied to your YouTube account, it'll actually just like gives you like the algorithm of you might like this. There's a suggested watch kind of thing, and then there's live TV, just like with DirecTV, channel 226, and then HBO, or rather, USA and all those other channels. It's really cool.
Well, I'm still on regular YouTube, but I agree, man, that if you have that YouTube on your Apple TV, like what I got sucked into, I don't even know what the fuck I typed in.
We randomly came across it.
And then it just goes into a playlist, and then I like fell asleep and woke up, and I start seeing, it led me through Japanese street food, like crazy little desserts and shit. But I saw this whole series called Oficios de Mexico, and it's like talking about like different professions. So a lot of these are a dying art form. So let's just say El Cecinero, the guy that makes cecina meat or whatever, where they have to slice it real thin.
It's almost like paper
Like
thin.
it looks like a big ass boa constrictor, like thin, long, wide. Like it looks like a snake skin in a way, but it's beef, like a beef jerky type
like
of
a
thing.
curtain, basically. It's a beef curtain.
Yeah, like a big thin slab of fucking fajitas, and they lay it out in the sun, like on these tables, which is they said it came from the Aztecs, and then they rub it with some like fat and grease, and they let it dry, and then it's paper thin, so when it's time for the tacos, you just flip that whole 2-3 times.
And they're quick to cook.
That's
so it's
cool.
like, man, we were like obsessed. And finally I told him, I said, it's going to be 1. I was like, we should probably go to sleep now before Penny wakes up. And it's like, I'm done.
Wait, it's
That's
El
awesome.
Panadero. The
Yeah.
Panadero wakes up at this hour. He rolls up his little cart. He has his coffee, and they're showing how he like selling coffee and bread on the corner.
And it's pretty cool because there's this whistle, right? And it's a guy on a bike who walks around sharpening knives, scissors, anything that needs sharpening, right? And it's been a tradition that is known. So
A
you know
knife
that when
sharpener.
somebody comes around with that whistle.
But I think his pattern, I think multiple oficios use the same whistle, but I think he has his little, the little pattern, which means I'm here to sharpen knives for restaurants and people at their house.
And so he's got some clients who are like regulars, like he comes every other, almost like cutting your yard, like that it's every other week or whatever.
Right.
Then there was the bread guy who he honks like a horn. It's just a regular horn, which means he's
He has a
coming down. He's got
basket,
fresh
a
bread.
basket of fresh bread. So you're on your way to work or something. He has a big thermos with boiling water.
So this is just a rabbit hole that you got stuck on YouTube?
Yeah, but like for one, I'm obsessed with Mexico. I miss Mexico. I can't wait to go back. We've had a great time. There's so much of the country that I haven't even seen or been to. But anyway, on YouTube, we're seeing how like just these old traditions of like different jobs down there, like these rug makers, and how they're just like on these 2 pieces of wood, and they just really break it down, like where the tradition started and what town, like different towns. Like this town is known for ice cream. Everything is organic, and not, I don't mean like organic by the American standard, but like the way they come up with the ingredients, it's like they literally went and got coconut, like
Fresh
shaved it
yeah.
into the salt and ice, and they went and got the fresh cream and the milk and the condensed milk and this, and they're whipping it up, and it's like my great grandfather's been doing. They
and
all
something.
do it.
What I forgot which one was the lady that said you can't buy basically like milk in a carton. She's like it just doesn't taste.
It won't work.
It won't work as good.
But here's the thing though, bro. Here's what blows my fucking mind. Mexico was a society, and I say because a lot of this shit's dying out because you have these corporate 7-Elevens and Oxxos popping up everywhere and putting the squeeze on these people because it's modernization shit. But Mexico was a place where pretty much an average normal motherfucker could enjoy fresh handmade artisan ice cream and then turn a corner and fucking have like some really artisanal fucking tortillas that like, these people use these kind of nopales, or you go to the market and you have access to all this stuff. But the fear that I have is slowly it's just going to be all Walmarts and 7-Elevens. And then the shoe guys out of business, the ice cream man, they just get it from Walmart.
The cool thing about all that is that those big companies are absorbing small local business type things. Everything artisan and crafty kind of things are what people are navigating and migrating to. A lot of people, it's showing in studies, will pay the extra $2 or $5 for something.
That's me.
Yeah,
that's why
that's a lot of people.
That's
I know.
why I like going to Etsy because I like to know that whatever that one item is, no one else is going to have it the exact same way that I have it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it's the way that things are branded and the way that are marketed that small crafty companies can do and will do and gain success from that the big ones, the Anheuser-Busch's and others, really can't do. So they're like, okay, well, let me absorb this. Let me buy them because they're kind of a disruptor, like we always talk about. And then they try to take pointers of how they can market to their company in a way that this crafty kind of small company did and how they can scale it to a big.
Or how big companies attempt to appear small.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing.
But sometimes companies, they get so big and bureaucratic that they're forced to release certain projects and products based on profit and research, not so much on passion.
Yeah.
Like, this is my fucking michelada mix, and I'll die over this shit.
Well, the chain of command is always so long in companies like that. You can't just make a change.
Well, if you have an article or something, send it to me.
Okay.
Because my buddy's Beef Jerky, he's trying to get off the ground. I try to tell him shit like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
But, hey, guys, we just wanted to recap Chingo De Mayo. I just
Yeah.
want to bring it back to Chingo De Mayo. Thanks to everybody that helped out, pitched in, participated, performed, attended. Shout out to Eighth Wonder Brewery. The weather was great. Beautiful event. A lot of people's feet still hurt from the dancing.
We'll be posting all the pictures, guys. We just have 3,000 of them. I'm trying to go through them one.
Dope.
Shout out to Maria at the Montrose Studio. She did the photos.
Yeah.
Shout out Anderson, who did the video.
Anderson by Video by Robot. Yes,
Yeah.
he has the sizzle and drone shots coming soon.
I know, he told me. I'm excited.
I can't wait to see those too.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We're looking forward to we have Tampa and Orlando coming up, and of course Chingo De Mayo 2020.
Hey.
Sas.